Welcome, welcome, welcome to Leveraging Your Reality, where mindset meets movement. I am Shavon Camper, your partner in growth as you become a healthier you, a healthier parent, a healthier spouse, and a healthier leader. So, for those of you that are in the South, school is letting out this week. And my kids, their last day of school is on Wednesday, and we get into summertime mode. And how the family operates in the summer is really different from how it operates during the school year. Something interesting happened this morning. I came downstairs, no dishes were done, kitchen wasn't clean, and it has been a struggle in my household to get the kids to do the chores they need to do in the time they need to do it. And it hasn't been working for several months, but in my head, I was still forcing, no, get it done, get it done. You get another day. Okay, you get another day. Fine, you have the whole week, you have 2 weeks. And I was using this approach of punishment to make the kids get the stuff done, but that joint still wasn't working. And my husband was like, do you realize this isn't working? I'm like, I know, but it worked for me, so it needs to work for them. And in that moment, there was a realization of what worked for me and what worked when I was growing up does not mean it's going to automatically work for this new set of kids. This is a new set of kids that we're working with, and we have to make adjustments for this new set of kids. And this goes into this topic of really evolving your parenting. Right now, my kids are in the teenage years, early teen years, mid-teen years. My son is 15 and my daughter's turning 13. And it's a very different phase from when they were 5 and 7. And even though it's different, I realize that in some ways I have still struggled to evolve my parenting style. When they're 5 and 7, you're just trying to keep things in order. Like, okay, make sure you brush your teeth. And it's really this whole, did you make sure? Did you? Okay, now it's time. And it's a lot of moving them where they need to go to make sure that everything gets done. But if that style continues into the teenage years, what happens is they become more of like a warden parenting style, and you just constantly like laying the rules down and enforcing them. And that is not going to help them in adulthood. Like, yes, I want to make sure that they get things done, but constantly throwing punishment and not really getting in to see like what is the problem that's happening. And what happened for us is it opened up this opportunity to start working together. And that's what my husband was trying to push. Like, hey, instead of cleaning individually, how about you try cleaning as a team and see how this goes? Like, we clean as a team, things move faster. What was so different in my household is like, and I also grew up in New York. So that's a part too, like individuality, making things happen. It was just completely different vibe than my kids growing up in the South. So this whole concept of teamwork, and it's different for me because as a contractor, I'm pretty much working solo. And as a business owner, I'm just getting to the point now where I'm working in partnership with more people to allow my business to grow. But it's the same in the household. It's like if you want to go further and expand and grow, the unit has to learn how to work better together. So I really challenge all of you to look and monitor for those who are parents. Look and monitor your parenting style. Is where your kids at? Is your parenting style a style that will help them to grow and develop into their next phase? I actually need to be more guiding and coaching with my kids right now versus more controlling and being a warden to them. And part of that guiding and coaching is you're in a few years, you're going to be moving out. You're going to have your own place. It's not going to be somebody there to tell you, did you do your dishes? Did you do your laundry? Did you do all these things? But it's more of, let's make this a habit and a practice of things that we just do as part of our daily routine. Let's just all do it together. So that's another piece that's happening too in our household is that sports, they take up so much space. They take up so much time. And trying to get everything done in the busyness of time is crazy. It's so crazy, but dishes need to be washed, kitchen needs to be clean, laundry needs to be done. There are all these things that still need to be done around the household, even as we have busyness going on. So what we're going to be implementing is cleaning the downstairs area together on a nightly basis, versus here is your day to do the kitchen, you worry about the kitchen. Here's your day, you worry about it. It's more like, no, we're a team, and every night we're gonna come together and we're gonna turn this into quality time. How I plan to turn it into quality time is gonna be around putting music on and allowing us to dance while we clean, talking while we clean. Like, this could turn into conversation. Often my family cannot eat dinner together because everybody's at sports and gets home at different times. But this whole by 9 o'clock, everybody's in the house and we can clean together, even though we can't have dinner together. This is something to keep in mind, is that what works for one household might be really different from another household. But this piece of bonding, which is cleaning, which is typically a chore, can turn into a bonding opportunity if we allow ourselves to do it together. Granted, we haven't tried this yet, but it's more of like in the moments, like we had to do it this morning before the kids left to get on the bus for school. It worked. It was really fast. It happened so much quicker than it would take any one individual to do it together. So now this is going to be something we try out to see how it goes. And when you think about like transitioning into summer, typically there's just more time at home with the kids, unless your kids go to summer camp all day. And that's a lot of people's situation. You have to find some type of childcare for the kids while they're gone. They're spending more time at home. So even in that time at home, is that going to turn into just screen time? Something we've been thinking about with our kids is, okay, this summer, how do we want them to learn? How do we want them to grow? Pulling them in. How do you want to learn this summer? How do you want to grow this summer? And really allowing summer to turn into education. Like, traditional education may end because it's summer, but this is where we get to kick up that informal education. And that informal education can open up doors for so many things. Well, my daughter, one of the things we're going to be working on is like entrepreneurship and art. How do we combine the two? You have this skill set. Art is being sold all the time. How do we make that happen? All right. Already got her someone that's going to work with her, show her how to use these digital platforms, show her how to start up an Etsy page. Like, this is going to turn into, she turns 13 this year. You have to start learning how to generate income based off of the skills that you have. My son, his is a bit different. He has to really lock down in on his training. So he is going to be training like it's his job for his sports, because he's getting into these crucial moments of high school, and that's just required of him this go round. So for him, his development is going to be around like training consistently. And then also we're pulling in some AI. How do we teach you how to use AI so you can learn some new things? When it comes to your kids, put some thought into like, what are the summer plans? What do you want your kids to learn this summer? What do they need to learn this summer? What do they want to learn this summer to really have summer turn into a time of informal education where the kids get to grow? You all know I love reading. I have that in the description. I want to give you a book that I found very interesting when it came to looking at the evolution of parenting. It's a book by Dr. Shafali, and it's called The Conscious Parent. When I read this book, one of the things it did is it made me consider parenting in a way that I had never thought about it before. And it addresses this concept of going from moving beyond controlling the kids, and what it means to move beyond that, and how do you begin to navigate parenting beyond trying to control. And her book really gave me some cool insights on how to do that, and then also how to look at myself in parenting, and how I'm helping my kids to grow, but also me being a parent, and to them it's helping me to grow. So looking for the growth opportunities. Like right now, my kids are offering me the growth opportunity to learn how to work in unison as a team. That's going to be an ongoing practice of, wow, what is it like to work as a team, as a unit, and me practicing that. All of my jobs have been individual contributor status. I have not had to work with a large team. or work with teams to get most of my work done. And I think this is a cool growth opportunity for me where I am in my business. So something to keep in mind is that the parent-child relationship is much more reciprocal. It can be much more reciprocal than we have it. But when there's this desire to maintain control constantly, then the relationship can't be two-way. You're growing your kids and your kids are growing you. And it ties into this weird dynamic we're at right now when it comes to parenting, is that there was a time where parents typically knew more than their kids. We're not in that era anymore. Many of our kids know things that we don't know. They are way more versed in topics that we could barely string a sentence together around a topic. That means there's going to have to be this crossing of knowledge, sharing of knowledge both ways. There are things that your kids can teach you, and there are things that you could teach your kids. This is like the first time in society that this is happening. Kids have not ever known more than adults, but now they do. And it's not a holistic, it's in certain areas they know more than adults. And if we keep this power struggle going, it limits what we can actually learn from our kids and grow from our kids. It's not about, I need to maintain power and control. That was like the era I grew up in. My mother was like the scariest person I knew. She loved me, she loved us, but it was more like, this is the way it goes. You're going to fall in line, or I'm going to help you get in line. But now the way things are working, that approach is causing kids to shut down, and they're not really growing in the ways that they need to grow. We're going to have to connect with them as humans and not little robots to fall in line. All right. You all know growth isn't easy, but when you're doing it in partnership with others, it becomes a lot more possible. You like this content, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs the message, because we don't grow alone, people. We grow together. Until next time, keep showing up and keep leveraging your reality.